Or are you doing that? Are you doing that? Good. Great, I'll second it.
Okay, we're going to call the 11th meeting of this fiscal year for the Village Board of Depew, August 28th, 2023 meeting. We're starting a little bit late. It's 7:05. We have the pledge from Trustee Kraft, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. I'll take care of the invocation today. God of justice and mercy, thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to serve the people of our village. Help us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen and with understanding and goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a spirit of service. Remind us that we are stewards of your authority. Guide us to be the leaders your people need. Help us see the humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us, and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor, with the reverence your creation deserves. And finally, Father, renew us with the strength of your presence and the joy of helping to build a community worthy of your human person. We ask this as your sons and daughters, confident in your goodness and love. Amen. All right. Notice of fire exits from Deputy Mayor Adolph.
The emergency exits are located to my left and the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Hammerneck, Trustee Zimba, Trustee Kraft,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Here.
and Mayor Peterson.
Here. First item tonight, approve the village board meeting minutes from the August 14th, 2023 meeting.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. To approve the village board meeting minutes for August 14th, 2023.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. We'll go over the public comment on the agenda items only until such time as we get to the part of the meeting when you can make any comment or concern that you might have. So initially, at number one today, a resolution to approve two new members to the Depew Fire Department. And they're both going to Depew Hose Company number 1. Resolution number 2, permission for the Depew Fire Department to hold their annual Fill the Boot fundraising effort on Tuesday, September 12th, 2023 at 3:30 till 6:30 at various intersections in the village. In the event it's raining that day, the Fill the Boot drive will be held on Wednesday, September 13th. I know, being a firefighter, one of the things they wanted to do was to not conflict with September 11th on Monday. Typically, we do that drive on a Monday, so they moved it to Tuesday. Permission for a conference for our code enforcement officer, Don Bellafield, to attend the Western Southern Tier Building Officials Education Conference, September 15th to the 17th in Dunkirk. There's another resolution for additional grass cutting to be done by our DPW. It looks like about 12 locations. Next resolution is permission to Depew Fire Department to use Engine 4 on Sunday, August 27th, which was yesterday, for a state, New York State run basic exterior firefighting operations class in Academy in Tonawanda. And also use Engine 1 on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. also for the same course being run by the state. These requests a lot of times come in late, as that class started just last week, I believe.
Yep.
And there was no meeting before that we knew that they needed our vehicles. Authorization for a block party. This was presented to us at the last meeting. Block party on September 16th between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. The residents of Rossiter Street on the block from Buchanan to Buchanan for a block party. Next resolution is accept the resignation of a police officer that was in our most recent training academy. Summer seasonal recreation. All of the individuals, mostly students, that have been working as lifeguards, cashiers, and park attendants, they are being termed as of September 1st, 2023. There's a list here, a number of them. Next resolution is to award the bid for sidewalk work to Campobello Construction. They've worked with the village in the past. They do great work. They'll be doing the sidewalks on both sides of Gould, where the Tom Polsky is, and across the street where the church is. They'll also be finishing up on sidewalks along the baseball diamond on West Dawson Field, down Olmsted to the back end of the all-inclusive park. That's what was awarded for $169,550. That was a community development block grant money. Appoint a part-time building department clerk. Carmi Del Conte has been a full-time person in our building department for quite some time. She's worked for the village, I believe, 16 years. She was due to come off a temporary part-time situation due to having her second child, and now it's being changed to a part-time building clerk typist effective September 1st, 2023. Okay, that's our agenda items. If anybody has any questions or comments on those items, step to the podium, state your name and address, and we'll answer your question. Come on, Dave.
Burger, 5 Lee. That number 7, that resignation, what was the reason behind that? I mean, we got to pay for the classes, right? In the middle of the police recruitment.
Young man didn't want to be a cop.
Or he just changed his mind? So now we're going to be short another police officer? So you're going to put out flyers for that or whatever?
Of course, got to go off a list.
All right,
Yep.
thank you.
It is a, ask any municipality, Cheektowaga, Lancaster.
All right,
It's a national problem.
It's not that he just wanted to join a different police department in the area, like.
Mr. Mayor, if you don't.
Yeah,
mind,
go ahead.
I'll address
I'm
it.
sorry, Cap.
No, don't apologize. Sir, this young man was a stellar candidate. This job involves quite a bit of things that are not known to anybody till they start the training. And sometimes people view things, they see things, and they realize what they're getting into, and they have a change of heart. This young man was an excellent candidate, but after a few weeks of going through some training, he came to us and he said this wasn't the profession for him.
I just want to
So
know
it's
if
difficult.
another department in the area kind of stole them away from us.
What I told you is absolutely true. He decided to step out and he's not, he declined it this time, so he said the profession wasn't for him.
All right, thank you.
He'd have to just, if that was the case, Dave, he'd have to start all over again. The next class wouldn't be until
Sometime in
January?
January,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I have no reason to disbelieve him, and we were disappointed that he had a change of heart.
anybody else? All right. Let's see if we can't practice for the next meeting, because the next meeting is the home opener, or the
Yeah.
first game of the Bills. All right, let's go on to resolution number 1, approved fire department membership.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, membership is hereby granted to the following in the Depew Fire Department pending the passing of their physicals. Depew's Hose Company Number 1, Scott C. Kapperman, Corey J. Peterson.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And that's carried. Just write it there. Resolution number 2, permission for the Depew Fire Department for their Fill the Boot fundraising effort.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department for their Fill the Boot fundraising efforts on Tuesday, September 12th, 2023, from 3:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. at various intersections in the village. In the event that it's raining that night, the boot drive will then be held on Wednesday, September 13th, 2023.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Resolution number 3, permission to attend a code conference.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted to Code Enforcement Officer Donald Bielfeld to attend the Western Southern Tier Building Officials Education Conference on September 15th through the 17th, 2023 in Dunkirk, New York, 14048. The fee to attend is $325. Use of a village vehicle is authorized.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That also is carried. Resolution number 4, permission for DPW to cut some grass.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas the village is encountering numerous vacant and foreclosed homes in the village and orders to remedy have been issued to the property owner on record. Whereas the high grass is a nuisance to neighbors and attracts rodents. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted for the Department of Public Works to mow any property that is not mowed by the due date on the order for remedy for the 2023 year. The cost of said mowings will be attached to the village tax bill for the property. Please see list of attached properties.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson,
Yes.
and that's carried.
Permission for the Depew Fire Department to use a couple pieces of apparatus at training classes for New York State classes.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department to use of Engine 4 on Sunday, August 27th from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the state BEFO, Basic Exterior Firefighting Operations, training at Tonawanda Fire Academy on Town Road, Tonawanda, New York. And permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department for the use of Engine 1 on Sunday, September 24th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the state BEFO, Basic Exterior Firefighting Operations Training at Tonawanda Fire Academy on Tower Road, Tonawanda, New York.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. Resolution 6, authorization for a block party.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas on Saturday, September 16th, 2023, from the hours of 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., the residents of Rossiter Street on the block from Buchanan Street to Buchanan Street are planning a block party. Be it resolved, permission is granted by the village board to have the road closed from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., September 16th, 2023, with the stipulations from the police and fire chiefs.
I second the motion.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson,
Yes.
and that's carried.
Resolution 7, accept the resignation of police officer.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the resignation of Police Officer Michael Wolford, effective August 13th, 2023, accepted.
I second the motion.
I'm sorry. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 8, resolution to term the summer seasonal recreation help.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, employment for the Recreation Department's summer seasonal employees, which includes lifeguards, cashiers, and park attendants per the attached list, will end on September 1st, 2023.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 9, motion to award a bid for sidewalk repair work.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the village engineer, the bid in the amount of $169,550.00 for the sidewalk bid that was opened on Thursday, August 24th, 2023, be awarded to Campobello Construction Company, Inc., 23 Stratford Road, Buffalo, New York, 14216.
I second the motion.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution number 10, appoint a part-time building department clerk. Pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Carmi Del Conte to the position of part-time building department clerk typist, effective September 1st, 2023. The salary is stated as per the budget, and I need a roll call vote. Oh, no, I don't. Do I? Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
I need a roll call vote.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
I don't know what I was thinking. All right. There was no employment applications taken in the last 2 weeks. No department head reports reported in the last 2 weeks. No unfinished or other business in the last 2 weeks. Now we're at public concerns and comments on any topic that you'd like to talk about. Oh, come on up, sir.
Young lad.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, Paul Sprata, 58 Argus Drive, Depew. I don't want to disappoint anybody, so I'll say my piece here. Just a few things, positive things. I'm very impressed with the solar farm that's being put up on Broadway next to Green Acres. That's, if you drive by, that is very impressive. And I see a lot of work being done there day by day as I go by. So I
14 guys, 7 days a week.
It's, yeah, a lot of work. There's a lot of solar panels there and a lot to go up yet.
It's moving quickly.
Moving quickly, yeah.
And according to our engineer, that's only the portion that we sold the property to right now.
Yeah.
They still have the 13 acres of leased area as well. So.
Uh-huh. This last Thursday was the last of our summer concerts, and I think it was outstanding. A lot of people, I was sitting with neighbors and people from Akron, Alden, that were sitting in our area. They raved about the quality of the entertainment that night. It was called Double Shot. And then I think I talked to the mayor after the concert to see if he could book them for next year, and he said that he would even earlier in the season.
They're already on the schedule.
Yeah, they're very good. And a lot of people really enjoyed it. And while I'm talking about the concerts, what I did notice too is the sidewalks along Terrace Boulevard, both sides of the street, are new and a great improvement for anybody that goes to the concerts or the residents that live in the senior center across the street, the former Depew High School.
You might not think of it as being a low to mod area where we could use community development block grant funds, but that's what comes about from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great improvement.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, the building behind what used to be Schmidt's Auto on Transit near Broadway was taken down. What's going to happen with that now vacant property?
Well, that property belongs to the auto shop there. They're going to pave that area, put a little green space in, put a proper compound in. As you know, the old Schmitz, they never really kept up on the property towards the end.
Yeah.
They're going to put dumpster corrals in and things like that, parts corrals, so that you don't see all that from, Transit or Broadway.
Yeah.
And they're going to provide additional parking because getting into that place back in the day was a nightmare.
Tight
So
parking.
they are now going to improve the parking and drainage over there.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. And last thing I wanted to mention is if we could, at the end of the meeting, include Audrey for a speedy recovery. Hope everything goes all right for her.
On the 30th, yep.
That's all I have right now. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Paul. Any other comments tonight? Come on up.
Hi, my name is Tony Hoffman. I have a store on 17 Homestead called Store 716. And last week, are you Kate? Okay. Kate stopped by our store and mentioned that we should submit a letter of intent because we wanted to have a sale on Saturday. And so I'm here to see if you have any concerns or questions about our sale on Saturday.
Was it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. From 11 to 3.
So, yeah, we all had this letter given to us. I can't seem to come up with it right now.
I have it right here.
I know I have it.
Yeah.
I brought a copy. Up with me.
So you, because there's one side of the street parking, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The north side is closed, the south side of Olmsted is.
Yeah, are you looking to change that?
No, I didn't think that was an option.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Where do you think all the cars could go?
I am thinking they're going to done what they've done in the past. This is our first time we've done this. So they park on the elbow of our street. We're on a corner, so Tyler is the one off of Olmsted. And then they park down the, on the curb side, on the parkable side, south side of Olmsted.
Yeah, I was going to suggest, and what came up in our thing was that should be able to use the fire department lot there.
I was wondering about that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think if you can assist in directing people to that.
Yep.
We came up in the pre-board meeting that even though, the everyday no parking signs are there, that, people would still park there.
Yeah, we had a problem in our first one.
Yeah.
And then like my
So-
brother kept stopping people from doing it. So
We're thinking what we'll do is we'll put up the no parking for that particular period of time on the other side.
okay.
And then, around the elbow, that's fine, and even flowing into the extended parking lot of the fire hall shouldn't be a problem from, it's 11 to 3, it's only the 3 hours, right? And we don't have any other events at Northside or anything then, that I think of. So I think if you can help, direct your customers to park there, that would certainly be.
Back into the fire hall.
Yeah,
parking lot.
so if you went around the corner,
The elbow.
by the creek, yeah, the
Yep.
first thing past the next street that's there, all the way over to, near the fire building, it's a perfect place to park, 15, 20 cars there.
And I don't think I followed you when you said put up no parking on what side, on both sides of the street you're talking about? Or?
We're gonna just,
Our concern is that people, Mr. Hoffman, thanks for coming and talking to us. Our concern is that people disregard the no parking side.
That's-
And then we end up with
Yeah,
vehicles on both sides.
We also
which
bought pylon.
is beyond of our
Pylon,
control, but-
something like that. So I just didn't know.
And once that happens, fire department apparatus
I
can't get down
totally
there.
understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the side that has the everyday sign that's there, we'll
Okay.
throw some additional ones
Yeah.
there.
All right, thank you.
And they'll park on the one side, which will leave enough room for the fire truck to get out.
I appreciate
And,
it.
yeah, we wish you luck.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, if you, I know you guys like advertise on your Facebook page, like if you just add under there,
All
like
right.
like, oh, you can extra park in the fire.
Yes, we will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, thank you. Yeah. And we're okay to be in your parking lot. Is there anything we should know?
Yeah, as long as it ain't up near the building, just additional parking.
Just don't park in front of the fire doors.
The west, the west side of the parking lot.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, we could actually, even if you have those cones you talk about, just block off that one section there on the east side of the parking lot. So between the building and that other street, that, I forget what the name of it is,
Yeah.
So behind the building kind of we're talking about is the east side of the parking lot?
it's actually near people's houses
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
in that one
Well,
block.
the chain link fence comes out from there
Yeah.
towards the creek. If you got
Okay.
cones, you can cone that off, and then
All
you
right.
can use from that chain link fence coming from Homestead towards the creek and just go the whole other side. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Sound good?
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yep, good luck.
Good luck.
April, is it?
Should I do this? I should probably submit a letter every time we're going to do a sale? Would you guys?
Just to let us know so that we can, in case there is something happening at the fire hall, like a chicken barbecue or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Please. Hi, I'm April Siri, 37 Rossiter. Thank you so much for approving our party. I'm so excited.
good.
Yeah, I'm just,
And you had the pink cow coming?
yes, the
All right.
pink cow is coming. We're just working on getting everything together right now. Don't have anything set quite yet. Working on it.
So you can do like the Warsaw one?
Yeah.
Just drop them?
Talk to her before she
Okay.
leaves.
That'd be good. We'll get you barriers for that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, just so we all set before you leave.
okay. All right,
All right, anything else? Thank you, April.
thank you.
All right. Did we go through everybody? Oh, see, I almost forgot everybody.
You're trying to beat your time.
Yeah, you're trying to
Yeah, I know.
my
I
time.
got a little bit of time. We'll go to DPW.
Not much. We milled French Road. We're gonna be paving it tomorrow. It should be all wrapped up, and we're gonna do a little bit on Baldy Lane behind the fire hall.
Oh,
That we got them to rectify the water problem over there. Don stopped and talked. Code stopped and talked to him, and he put in a bubbler system so it'll keep the water off the road. So we're gonna redo that little structure.
all right. Kevin from Rec?
All the programs ended in the parks. Everything was a good success. The pool ended. We did open up an extra week. We did have enough lifeguards to keep it open, which was great. And also, too, we have the rink. The compressors are on. Right now, it's about 27 degrees. We cannot lay water till it's like 19 degrees, so we just got to pray for a little cooler weather, but I don't think that's coming this way next week. So, just got to pray.
Fire Department, John Gothier.
All right, as you heard, our annual boot drive will be on Tuesday, September 12th. So try to use caution when you're out driving around that afternoon. We'll be around on certain intersections spread out through the village. We do appreciate your support. Fire Department was recently awarded a grant to upgrade our radio system. The grant was just shy of $300,000. Past Chief Scott Wex that wrote that grant, and we've been waiting for it, and it did come through. So we thank Past Chief Scott Wex for writing that grant for us and saving the village right near $300,000. So that was it's a very good upgrade to the fire department. Host company number 1 is holding a meat raffle on Saturday, September 30th. Tickets are $10. If you buy a table of 10, it'd be $90. So you get a free ticket there. And that will be held at St. Mary's High School. Any information, just you can follow us on Facebook, things like that, for ticket sales. Also, Cuga Hose. Cuga Hose Company is having a chicken barbecue on Saturday, October 14th. It'll be 11 a.m. till sold out here at our Southside Fire Hall. Tickets for that will be $15. Fire calls for the month of August, 21 so far this month, and 243 year to date.
Well, as we're talking about past Chief Scott Wext, he was honored at the Erie County Fair
Yes.
on
Yes.
Saturday, a week ago Saturday, perhaps,
Yep.
For how many years of service? Quite a bit,
I
right?
think we got like 23, 24. But it was the Erie County Fair did a fireman a day through all the every day that the fair was open, and past Chief Scott Wext was nominated one of those winners from the fair. So yes, congratulations to him.
Chief Wex has been very instrumental in getting an awful lot of money to the fire department. He was also instrumental with the SCBA's a few years back. And of course, all the time that him and his dad, and I know he's training his one son, it seems like he's going to be a firefighter at some point in time too, but
And also Engine 3 and Engine 4, he was a very
Yep,
big help for
instrumental.
that too.
all right. We'll go on the other side. Captain Kerr.
I don't really have anything to add, but that chicken barbecue sounds good, and our gratitude to former Chief Scott Wex for all that. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Code, we do code.
Not much here today. As you noticed, the house next to the old Schmitz there is finally down. The old foundry over there off of between Main Street and Transit Road, the old superstructure is just about on the ground, and it went so well that they actually are going to do the phase 2, which they were supposed to do next year. They're going to try taking it down this year also. So that'll be two, older structures that are finally removed and cleaned up out of our village. We are shifting gears. Grass is coming to an end, but we're going to ramp up now, going after these old unregistered vehicles that we're seeing all over. So that's our next little campaign for the property maintenance for people to be aware of.
What do they need to have in order to have a vehicle on their property?
So it should be registered, it should have a valid inspection sticker, and not be dismantled. If they're
Needs a
gonna have
license
something
plate?
like that, they can keep it inside a garage, out of public view, but you can't have multiple unregistered vehicles that are.
Behind a fence?
Well, if it's out of sight, most of the time it's out of mind, but there's a lot of vehicles that are just sitting in people's yards and their driveways and abandoned properties. We are in the process right now of, Sam's looking into a law that I did find on our books. If the property's abandoned and the vehicles have been sitting there abandoned, that the village could actually remove them and charge the whatever the cost is to the back taxes on the property. So that's, somebody's, homes have been, people pass away, whatever, no next to kin in their vehicles, and the houses are sitting there for quite some time. It just becomes an eyesore. So it's something we are looking
So
at.
you'll get a list and all the letters will go out at the same time?
Well,
We want to be,
yeah, we're going to try doing it. We're trying to segregate and do things in phases because it's so much to take on all at once. If you're just putting out a certain type of letter, you could mass produce those letters and get them out there and, let people know that they have to either register them or get rid of them. We don't want them just sitting around rotting.
all right.
And we do have a plethora of them in the village right now, so it's something we're going to be actively seeking.
Trustee Kraft?
I have nothing.
Deputy Mayor Adolph?
Is this where I filibuster so I don't
Yeah,
lose the record?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. I just want to plug Fall Fest coming to your local village of Depew. It will also be same day as the chicken barbecue, so you can grab a chicken and come on down to Fireman's Park. Check out the new pavilion by then. October 14th. October 14th from 11 a.m. to roughly 3 p.m. I think we're doing. 5 p.m. There'll be different craft vendors, some music, live music, and some local brews that they're still working on, I think. So, family-friendly area. Western New York superhero and cosplayers there. So, lot of cool things to come on down Saturday, October 14th.
Come out and check out the pavilion. I mean,
Yep,
fireplaces will be running, I'm sure, that day. And
be a great event.
Village Administrator Regina? You've been heading up a lot of this.
Yeah, if any craft vendors are interested, we still have a handful of spots available. So we are looking for any craft vendors.
Limited space this year, right? Limited
We have it open up
20.
to 20.
20. So get in while the getting's good.
And it's a reasonable $25.
Yep, $25 for the day.
There'll be food trucks. Excuse me. We're working on a photo shoot
Yep.
kind of thing. And we have a meeting tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Anything else? Glad to hear about the solar farm. I'm glad you had that opinion. Because, I just want to put it on record, I did give each of the trustees and the deputy mayor a sort of cheat sheet as to the benefits of that project as it relates to the village taxpayer. So that property for many, many years, decades, has been 35 acres just sitting there because the village used it as a dump back in the 60s and 70s. And the technology, if you would, of handling reclamation sites like that was to cap it with 2 feet of soil. DEC presented a case in 2019 when I first became mayor that the creek was, how did they put it? Leaching. Nothing that was dangerous, but the coloring was red and didn't look good. So the village had to remediation. The last thing I wanted to see was the village taxpayer have to deal with another DEC type consent order and huge bill. So initially the remediation part was going to be around $200,000. I was interviewing people or seeing people for solar, and one company was interested in buying 15 of those acres. And I felt that that was going to be almost the cost of the remediation. COVID hit the next year, or a couple months later, prices all skyrocketed. The cost of doing the remediation at the creek was $310,000. They also then came to us to lease an additional 13 acres. We had 35 to begin with, just so you're clear. So 13 and 15, 28, leaves the village with 7 acres still up at the creek side. There's an access road that they put in for us to get to that part, if we were ever to do something with it at some point in time. Along with that, the solar company, a local Depew company, actually recapped the entire area and is working on the 13 acres as soon as they get the go-ahead to recap that, which at this point has cost them $1 million to recap the 15 acres. 1,500 trucks you saw last year go in and out of that place. That also saved the village money. So even at this point, it's $1.3 million that the village didn't need to pay. And that, to me, is a win. And it's a reuse of a property that was sitting vacant with one strawberry stand building sitting in the front there. So, and it puts them on the tax roll for the village. So I think, all in all, that's still a win-win project as far as I'm concerned. There'll be opportunities to get involved with getting a piece of that. The solar company will market that. There's a company that will market it for them. And it can be targeted to Depew, Lancaster, and Cheektowaga residents. That's something we can discuss with the people at National Energy Development. I'm glad you had good comments about it. We've been talking about it for nearly 4 years, so it certainly isn't anything that just was sprung on anybody, so.
It's going to make Depew a destination.
Well,
Put it on the sign.
It's here for space, I can tell you that.
yeah.
We're really Tree City.
All right. Anything else? All right. A very good point about Audrey. We'll do claims and accounts and then adjournment.
The claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and approved for payment as follows.
$695,862.96 from the general fund. Of that, $323,555.45 for ARPA, 0 from community development, $859 from the sewer fund, and capital projects is $387,217.37 for a total of $1,083,939.33.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And adjournment.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'll make a motion for adjournment after a moment of silence as we remember and keep in our thoughts and prayers Audrey Hammernick, one of our fellow trustees who has surgery slated for the 30th of this month.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And meeting is ending.